All right, welcome back to Tips and Tactics. Today's tip is a defensive strategy. So I attacked in up here to someone I was not at war with yet. So I knew as soon as I attacked in there, I'd have to defend from retaliation. The AI almost always sends out little groups to attack you along the front. And I just wanted to point out this strategic use of cannon. So you could leave your cannon inside the fort. Okay, if you do that, though, you run the risk of, and let's say, I'm about to go to sleep in about an hour, he could run 20 guys in. And what happens is if the cannon is inside the fort with the infantry, as soon as they run up and attack that stack, as soon as they engage that stack in melee, your cannon is no longer effective. Okay, you might still see the graphic of the cannonballs or whatever, but the rules are clear on this. When you engage a cannon in melee combat, it can no longer lob. It goes away. It's nothing. The 11 infantry can still attack back, but now it's just essentially a battle between 11 infantry and 20. And you've got your defensive fortification, and hopefully things will go well. Problem is, this can be sniped out from under there. So many a time I've lost a cannon because I left my cannon in a stack, and then the AI ran up a group and engaged me. I eventually won the battle, but lost my cannon. Very frustrating. So in this scenario, if he comes moving forward with a group, he's got to go through my defensive fortification stacked with guys to get to me. Meanwhile, the entire time from the time he crosses my threshold all the way up till when he engages here, I'm lobbing, artillery rounds at him. And then while he's struggling and fighting against that fortification, I'm continuing to lob. So I will be successful. I'll use that mighty cannon to its utmost advantage. Now, quick little caveat, you can see I did it all along the border here, places where he could potentially run forces back. But it's very important. I happen to know that the Ottoman First Army, the only Ottoman that have cannon are the garrisons down here. The standard armies that you just take on typically don't have cannon early in the game. I've seen it where they develop cannon later if you let them hang around for long enough, but they don't have cannon earlier in the game. So I don't have to worry about him coming forward. Now, if he did have cannon, then he could just roll a stack up with a cannon in it and just rain down upon this one naked cannon out here. So this defensive strategy is specifically for people who you're pretty sure don't have cannon. But in that instance, and if you're playing Mesopotamia, I love to play Mesopotamia. If you play that a lot, then the Ottoman armies don't have cannon. So this is the way I defend against them. All right, that's about it. I've seen so many noobs lose cannons because they don't drop their cannons back a little bit. A lot of people put their cannons behind the stack here, and what at least that does is it protects you to some extent. If someone else comes in with cannon, then they'll attack hopefully here first. Your cannon will be back here. But I like it to the side because it just increases the time that I get to attack them as they come in here. And again, as I mentioned, I know they don't have any artillery themselves. All right, so that's the tip for the day. A little bit of defensive strategy there, or tactic, I should say, rather. All right, thanks for checking in, guys. Adios.